So you're going straight to it, aren't you? You're going straight for the numbers. My goodness. Well, I'll tell you first, I remember the first time that we got the indicator that, hey, maybe this is going to work was many years ago when we first got started. I think my wife had written, dozens of articles on her blog, but nothing had happened. And then eventually we got that first comment on a blog post. It was like, oh, somebody read my words, somebody cared enough about it, and they actually commented on the post. And I remember that night, again, there was $0 involved in that transaction, but we celebrated. We went out to our favorite Mexican food place. I still remember the lighting and everything, where we were when we got that first comment, because that was the initial indicator that, hey, we might be onto something here. So in the lesson, the takeaway there is please celebrate those small wins. Even if it isn't a big launch where you're making $1 million in a day and all that kind of stuff that we see on social media everywhere, the reality of it is every little win counts, and keep those to heart. But all right, getting into your actual question about the income and like the growth and what happened. So probably in the first 3 months, we started to make some affiliate commissions. And we did not start in the business of business. Like, we started talking about our hobbies, about parenthood, some of those little really small things that were interesting to us where we were at. And when we'd find a product that was interesting to us from Amazon or what have you, we'd put it into a blog post, make a couple pennies. Okay, so probably in the first 6 months of just starting that beginning website, we probably made a total of $5 to $20, somewhere in there. We were probably not even covering our initial expenses. But that grew and grew with our skills and our confidence. And eventually we realized from our background, our engineering, the idea of blogging about our personal lives and what we were doing that day was not really what we wanted to be. We love the idea of business. We love processes. We love these systems of building businesses. And so we went down a slightly different road, and we started to launch some digital products, which then started to bring in a few $100s per month, turned into finally we made our first 4-figure month of $1,000 per month. And that probably took 6 months from starting that next thing. And when I left my job, I think we were making around the 6-figure mark with that side hustle. And at the time, I had a normal corporate salary. It was nothing too great, but it was providing for the bills. When I saw where we were getting to, it was like, okay, let me leave my job and let me go and try to replace my salary as quickly as possible. And so when I left in 2018, I started in January on my own. I didn't have my own brand built up. I had been working with my wife. And so I immediately started with content marketing on YouTube and offering my services as a freelancer and as an agency owner. And I made the mistake of just selling yes. If people wanted an e-commerce store, I can build e-commerce stores. If people wanted a sales funnel, I could do sales funnel. Don't do that, because it's a very stressful way to begin. But by the end of the first month, I had gotten up to $10,000 of income by leveraging a little bit of the brand that my wife and I had been building on the side for a few years, as well as simply showing up for my very small audience on YouTube and offering to help them and showing honesty and showing authenticity in my content. And it doesn't take 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It doesn't take tons of leads coming in if you have services to offer. So I'm very passionate about, when you're getting started, if you want to go off on your own, offer your expertise. And if you don't have expertise, think again, because I guarantee you do. Somewhere, somehow, even if you can be a virtual assistant, offering to answer emails for a small business owner, or if you can learn a skill and then apply that skill, you can go from zero to a full-time income with a lot of sweat equity, a lot of work, but not that many clients. So from there to where we are now, like fast forward, there's a whole long story, which I'm not going to get into. At this point now, we can comfortably bring in over 6 figures per month with our small business of a very small team of, I think we have about 5 people that work with us on the side. And it gives us the ability, I'm looking over my backyard and I'm seeing the dog playing in the backyard right now while I'm having this conversation with you. And it's been such an amazing journey to get from there to here.